This is not a place where minibuses regularly stop. This is the gate of voluntary center distributing some basic ration to 500 less fortunate families at a time of hardship and overall increase in prices of food stuff. Their target are those internally displaced people living in Kahda district in the Somali capital Mogadishu. The World Women's Day comes this year as a heavy drought hit in many parts of the southern Somalia, along with inflation that skyrocketed nationwide, and those IDPs are no exception. They are considered the most vulnerable in this dire situation, but thanks to local NGOs who are determined to make efforts towards relieving the plight of this forgotten world living in poverty, they aim to bring some food to the table of these needy and underprivileged people with the intention to welcome the newly upcoming Ramadan. Marian Takal Hussein is in charge of SWC in Women and Human Rights Affairs. We asked ourselves what to do and how to respond to this crisis, so instead of chanting and gathering in events with music to mark the big Women's Day, we rather decided to bring a smile to the faces of our women in camp, to share the happiness and the sorrow at one time, because in the end it is for them to have a safe haven to call paradise. But it is not just a distribution of food. It is about facilitating for the needy to pick up the ration from the center, providing minibuses to transport their commodities in order to simplify the procedure. I challenged Mama Marian on why it is so necessary to do this. There are numerous cases of poverty and malnutrition we cannot afford to cover if we try to reach out in their own respective camp. So, selecting a small proportion of them based on the most affected and severe one will not only help us meet their needs, but take a huge role for the security of the beneficiaries. And it is obvious that with the large number of needy people in the camp, it may sound to them like unfair treatment if certain fraction of them is exclusively reached out to be helped, leaving others empty-handed in this critical time. As for Mariam, nothing is more beautiful than helping each other with the few we have. Poverty is everywhere, and the internally displaced people are the most affected. But if we have faith in God and help one another, we can overcome. Until that, these beneficiaries have at least something to make a living for the upcoming days.